Hi, this is Bill, and you are on Finest Travel Beat with Angela and Bill. On today's video, we're going to take you to the beautiful island of St. Kitts. For today's port excursion, we did an on-our-own trip to the St. Kitts Marriott. We're going to tell you all about St. Kitts, some of the options you have there. We'll tell you about the St. Kitts Marriott, whether we liked it or not, how we got there, and very important information for your next cruise stop to St. Kitts. So please stick around, and I hope you enjoy this video. Thank you so much for watching. We want to give you a little information first on the island of St. Kitts. St. Kitts and Nevis is an independent country. It's been independent since 1983. It's actually the first English colony in the New World. The cruise port is in the capital, which is Basseterre. It is located in the Eastern Caribbean, part of the Lesser Antilles. It's a beautiful island. It is volcanic, formed by volcanoes, and really stunningly beautiful mountain views and stunningly beautiful water. It's definitely breathtaking, especially the first time you visit. Now, St. Kitts is a small island. It is only about 68 square miles. It has a sister island, Nevis, which is located right across. You can take excursions over to Nevis as well. The population is about 40,000. English is spoken throughout the island, so language is not an issue at all, and U.S. dollars were accepted everywhere. As you can see, as is common in most of the Caribbean ports, you're met by dancers or locals that they're dressed in traditional garb, and generally they're there to entertain you. They will accept tips as well in most cases, so if you feel so inclined, you can do that. As you get off the ship, you are going to walk on a pier and then end up in the main port area, which is the capital city. Also is located kind of right at the entrance to the pier. Again, this is called Basseterre. There is plenty of shopping and things like that to do. We're not going to concentrate on that too much in this video. I'll show you a little bit of the shopping area later on, but we do plan on doing another video and showing you of the shopping area and some other things on St. Kitts. We think it's better off to do some shorter videos concentrating on kind of the specifics and give you a general overview rather than hitting you with too much, and obviously your time is valuable, so we want to try to keep these port excursion videos a little shorter. Now today we booked, there you can see the St. Kitts and Nevis flag with the 2 stars representing both St. Kitts and Nevis. As you exit the controlled area by the cruise ship terminal, you'll end up walking towards the main entrance, as you can see there, behind those barriers, and there's a taxi stand there. We took a taxi on our own to the St. Kitts Marriott. I'll talk to you a little bit about the taxis and how they work in St. Kitts and give you some general information. Basically, you're going to walk over to a taxi dispatcher. The taxi dispatcher is going to give you some information. Here they give you actually a taxi dispatch receipt, which tells you how much you should be paying, and you give that to the taxi driver. Every island does it a little bit differently, or every destination does it a little bit differently, but some basic information is you should always make sure that you know the rate before you get in a taxi, and also make sure that the taxi is authorized by the local authorities. The best way to do that is to go to the taxi dispatching stand, which has been at every cruise port that we've been in the Caribbean and Mexico. After going that, we walked with this gentleman for a little bit. They are shared transfers or shared taxi rides in general. On this day, I believe we paid about $15 a person each way. Again, that's going to change, but make sure before you get into any taxi anywhere, and that's in the United States as well, make sure you confirm the cost of it and that it's per person or per ride. So if it's $30 for however many you put in there, make sure you know that. Don't have them, you show up and they say, no, it's not $30 total, it's $30 per person. So that's very important. Another quick tip on that is that it's a very good idea to have U.S. currency in smaller bills. Don't bring a 50 or 100. We usually have several 20s, bunch of 10s, 5s, and a bunch of singles. That way we can pay what we want and leave a tip that we like as well. What you don't want to do is have, say, a $8 taxi fare and you only have a 20, and then when you get to your destination, the taxi driver looks and says, "Oh, no, I don't have any change." So have small change with you. Now, these cautions I don't want to scare you. We take taxis all the time. When we were in the Caribbean, from hotels or from the cruise ports, back and forth, we do it regularly. We've never had an issue. These countries rely on tourism, so as long as you exercise some basic common sense and have some basic information going in, you'll be fine. They don't want to get in trouble with their local tourist authorities. The other thing we also do is take a picture of the taxi license plate number. Not a bad idea in case you leave something in the taxi, which I've done before. This way, if you have a picture of the license plate, the taxi dispatch can get in touch with them much more easily. Now, as you can see, we're already at the hotel. It only took about 10 minutes by taxi to get from the St. Kitts cruise port to the hotel. Hotels were readily available when we leave. We checked at the front desk. That's also something you should do when you're checking in any place. You should make sure that the availability of taxis. And as always, we leave ourselves a little extra time going back. But beautiful lobby. This, again, it's a St. Kitts Marriott. We booked it through a company called Resorts for a Day. Generally, we book things through Project Expedition. We tend to like them, but for this particular one, Project Expedition did not have this available. We booked it through Resorts for a Day. Another great option, and this is one of the things we love to do on cruises, is we can get the best of both worlds. We can get a cruise ship, cruise experience, all of that, all the entertainment. And then we can also get a resort experience as well, where with larger pools, little different dining, nice big beaches, things like that for a day. So especially if we've been someplace before, and we've been to St. Kitts several times before, this is a great option for a relaxing day. Now, one of the things you'll notice in a lot of our videos is we like to be, when we're doing a resort day pass, we like to be one of the first people off the ship, get to the resort early, and get to filming kind of out of the way, so that way we can enjoy the rest of our stay. So a lot of things here seemed closed. They were closed and pretty empty. That's because we were some of the first people off the ship into the resort, and obviously being a resort, most people are still in bed at 8 or 9 o'clock in the morning when we got here. Now, at the end of the video, we will tell you some other options for St. Kitts and some that we have done. But at first, let's tell you a little bit about this hotel. It is not all-inclusive. This is a Marriott resort, a Marriott-owned hotel. Beautiful property, very, very well-maintained. Angela and I, if you know us, when we stay in domestic hotels or stay in basic hotels, we almost always stay in a Marriott brand. The quality is usually good. They're clean, consistent, excellent customer service, great responsiveness to any issues we've had. So we really are never concerned when we're staying at any type of a Marriott resort. The St. Kitts Marriott Resort does have a casino attached to it. It's a Royal Beach Casino. It was not open when we were there. Most casinos at resorts in the Caribbean don't open till later in the afternoon or even in the evening. It's a pretty nice sized resort. It has over 500 rooms and suites. Like I said, it's got a casino. There is a golf course, a spa, multiple restaurants, all of the things that you would look for in a resort. This would certainly be a resort we would consider staying at. And it's also only about 10 minutes from the airport. Now, again, as I said, St. Kitts is a fairly small island. Pretty easy to navigate, pretty easy to get around. Really one of our favorite destinations. Now, the time of year that this is recorded was in January. The water was warm, not boiling hot. Even in the Caribbean, it's going to be comfortable waters. Depends on where you're coming from. Angela and I have gotten Floridian blood. So basically, if the water temperature is under 80 or 82, we're going to feel it's pretty cold. But we did spend a lot of time in the pool. We're more pool people than beach people. We'll show you the beach in a little bit, but we really had a great time so far here. The day passes, I don't think I mentioned. I generally don't give you pricing on things. The day passes were about $60 per person for the resort alone. For that, we got used to their lounges, used to the pool, used to the beach. All of their facilities did not include food, did not include alcohol. So you can bring cash for that. Also, you can bring credit cards. They will accept credit cards, obviously. It's a Marriott Resort. Had no problem using our credit card here, feeling that it was safe. The resort is kids friendly, so you can bring children here. They have kids areas. We didn't look at them or visit them at all. My understanding as far as all-inclusivity is I believe the Marriott Hotel itself does offer some sort of an all-inclusive type of plan. I don't think it's really a true all-inclusive like you would have in other islands. I believe it's more of a European plan where it includes breakfast and things like that. But that could be changing as well, as these always do. So if you're looking to stay there for an extended period of time, that's something you want to look into. As you can see, it was a beautiful day. Gorgeous, gorgeous scenery. Really, really nice beach. The beaches in St. Kitts tend to be a darker volcanic sand rather than the white fine sand you'll find on some locations. But you can see they have these little casitas all over the place to provide some shade. Plenty of lounges available. There was some vendors on the beach, but they did not bother us at all. They were not pushy or aggressive in any way, shape, or form. The views are absolutely breathtaking. As you can see here, this is located in Frigate Bay Beach, which is located right off the Atlantic Ocean. Now, the water, as you can see, was pretty calm. Even in January, the water was pretty warm. We didn't feel chilly at all. And as the day went on, the sun really heats things up. So even in the pool, it was great. Now, you might have been able to catch in the background here that we know we're doing it right when we ran into our friends J and D from Paro DJ. They have an excellent, excellent YouTube channel. Highly recommend checking them out. We've met them numerous times. We've become kind of friendly with them. And if you go someplace, coincidentally, we ended up here without talking to them ahead of time. So basically, if you go in someplace where they're going, you know you're on the right track. While we did wear water shoes, we kind of take them and wear them when we're going in the ocean, no matter where we go, just to prevent stepping on rocks or shells or stuff like that. The water was not very rocky at all, and you can see it was really, really calm. If you are into snorkeling, this would be a great place. Really, some of the calmer waters we've experienced in the Caribbean. I guess they have that rock wall or jetties over on the side there that really break things up. Stunning, stunning views. Angela had her little morning coffee there. We really, really enjoyed this beach immensely. Can't say how nice it was. It's definitely someplace we would go back to. Now, as I've said in other videos and probably said before, Angela and I are more pool people than beach people. But it was absolutely beautiful. We stayed in the water probably a good 45 minutes or an hour. Talking to J&D, talking to some other people we met. People at this resort were extremely friendly. When we were in the pool, we met a bunch of people that were staying at the resort from all over the world, really. Some staying there for as much as 14 days and just enjoying the island. I guess a lot of people come back here year after year. Now, we did have a few drinks while we were here. We did not eat. We generally have breakfast on the ship, and then we did have to be back to the ship a little earlier. I believe sail away was like 3 o'clock. So we opted to go back to the port area and check the port area out and then eat on the ship rather than staying at the resort for lunch. As you can see, plenty of lounges everywhere. Definitely not the towel game going on at all. Like I said, we had a couple of drinks. The swim-up bar was the staff was very friendly, very helpful. No complaints at all. We did not check out any of the rooms, but from the guests we spoke to, they said the rooms were very nice, and we would really expect nothing less from a Marriott branded hotel. We will walk you around a little bit, show you some of the other areas, some of the grounds, and there are additional pools that are a little bit quieter if you look at something that's not in the swim-up bar area. I'm sure later in the day, swim-up bars and beach pools and stuff generally get a little bit more crowded. So if you look at something a little bit more relaxing, there are additional pools there as well. Now, as we're walking around, I'll be talk to you about a few other things that you can do while you're in St. Kitts. There is the Brimstone Hill Fortress. That is a UNESCO World Heritage Site. Stunning views of the island, rich in history, great spot photography. We haven't been there, but people we know that have said it's amazing. There is the port area. You get a little taste of that later on in this video, and we will be doing a separate video on just that port area, so you can kind of get the whole vibe of that, because that is much more larger than most port areas, as it's also the capital. For those that are adventurous, there is a mountain. I believe it's pronounced Mount Liamulga. It's a hike, pretty large hike. You can do that. Again, views of the island, beautiful views. We're at Frigate Bay Beach or other resorts that are in this area. We just happened to pick the Marriott. And then another thing that's really, really fun that we did once before was taking the St. Kitts Scenic Railway. It's a narrow gauge train that kind of goes around the island, and then as a matter of fact, when you pass the school children come out and they wave. We've done that. I think I have enough footage to do a video of it. If not, I will we'll probably do it again, and I'll have a video at some point in the future. Also on our list of things that we would love to do and we haven't, probably the next time we go, will be to take a ferry over to Nevis. Nevis is the sister island. It's only a couple miles away. They're famous for real black sand beaches, much quieter, much less going on than St. Kitts. And while we're talking about other content, might as well use this opportunity for the shameless plug. If you're getting value out of this video, if you learned something from it, please hit that like button. It helps us out. If you want to see the rest of the videos or the videos you already have out, hit that subscribe button. Notification bell's always a plus. This way, when we do new videos, you'll get notified. By the way, I love this weather station. It's hysterical. Also, if you've been to St. Kitts and you've done something we haven't done, or any of the locations, please let us know in the comments what you did, what you liked, what you didn't like. If you've been to St. Kitts Marriott before, did you enjoy the resort? Were there any issues that you encountered? This is all really important. Help us produce these videos, and also let the people that we help book on vacations know what are good places and not good places. So we really appreciate your feedback. Here's a little chalkboard with just some of the activities that they have going on. Pretty typical of all-inclusive resorts. This one is probably a little bit more laid back than you would find on some of the more party locations like Cancun or Punta Cana. St. Kitts in general is probably a little bit more, less about the party and a little bit more about the relaxation and just enjoying tropical beauty. As you can see through the video, really beautifully maintained grounds, immaculate. Definitely a place that Angela and I would consider going back to. Generally, we lean towards cruise vacations because there's a little bit more to do during the day. And then also, if the weather is bad, there's certainly more to do on a cruise. But again, this is kind of the way we roll. We do a cruise, and then we try to hit, especially in the Caribbean, Mexico, all-inclusive resorts, places where we get the best of both worlds. Just going to show you a little taste of some of the shops that were open when we were getting ready to leave. Angela loves her shopping. You get all your basic souvenirs and stuff like that here. What I will tell you is, like every other resort, it's going to be pricier here than it would be, say, back at the cruise port or other locations rather than a hotel or an all-inclusive resort. So again, we left a little bit earlier than normally we would have. We wanted to check out the St. Kitts cruise port. We were also on this. We're on the Icon of the Seas, so that ship is huge. We were on it a total of 10 days total. Probably still didn't see the whole ship. We'll have a video up on that at some point very shortly. And then on that cruise, we also stopped at St. Thomas, and we had a little secret beach that we were told about that worked out really, really good there. We had no issues whatsoever getting a taxi on the way back. As a matter of fact, it was pretty much a private taxi. Oh, one other thing is, word of consideration, make sure you bring towels from the ship or a change of clothes or something when you go into these all-inclusive resorts. You don't want to get into somebody's Uber or taxi or whatever with a wet bathing suit. To me, it's just kind of disrespectful. So that's something you want to keep in mind. Have a change of clothing and stuff like that. I'm going to do a separate video on what we bring to the beach with us as far as bags and sunscreen, things like that. Some things that we've learned, aqua safes, some things we've learned over the years that have made our traveling much easier. But I'll go into that into a separate video. Again, a quick 10-minute ride back. No problem at all. Like I said, getting a taxi. As the front desk, they said just go right out front, and the valet was able to get a taxi for us right away. Here we are driving along the water, right back into Basseterre by the cruise port, where we went to do a little bit of shopping before we got back on the ship. Now, the port area itself, you could probably spend your day here. Again, I'm going to do a separate video on this, showing you some of the shops and what's available. But they had not only the regular chain restaurant, chain stores, FE, and the things you expect at every port, but there were also plenty of other places. There was some local bars. There is a casino in here that is open when your cruise ship gets in. Coffee, we got some excellent coffee here. Lots of stuff going on. Really, really nice area. Beautiful port. One of our favorites. In closing, we really can't wait to get back to St. Kitts. Unfortunately, it's not a common cruise port on a lot of itineraries. Many Eastern Caribbean cruises tend to go to St. Martin and St. Thomas, which, while are great, if you cruise a lot, we've been there quite a few times, and we'd really love to mix it up a little bit more. So if we see St. Kitts on our itinerary, it's one we would love to go to. Again, thank you so much for watching this video. We really appreciate your time and your support. Again, hit that like button if you've gotten value, subscribe, share this with your friends if you have people that are looking to travel. And so, on behalf of Angela, thanks again for watching, and we'll see you on our next adventure. Bye-bye, everybody.